Greetings and peace. I hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching this from. And the title of today's video will be Advice for Going into High School or College. Now, I dedicate this to to my nephews who are about to go into high school. But I guess the gist of the advice that I gave them correlates with both the high school life, transitioning from teenage to adulthood, going into college, work life, etc. So this is what I wrote it down because I had put it in a text format earlier, so I addressed all the points. And what I will do is once I go through this, then I will give my reflection and thoughts on what I was able to articulate on paper and what I will do on video format, which I believe both are necessary. So the title of this would be Advice, the advice that I gave them for their high school and beyond, wherever their life takes them. So I said, my advice to my nephews who will start high school soon in USA's current age of chaos, which will last into their college years as well, because the US is going into a order out of chaos phase from 2020 through 2029. It's a 8 to 9 year cycle, which what you know, what you grew up with, what you thought was reality, what you thought was the system, it's going to be totally upside down by the time we get to 2030 or late 2029 per se. And it's going to be a lot of changes that are going to be in there in terms of paradigm, social justice, racial justice, in terms of what you grew up with as the quote-unquote system. It's going to be a lot of changes. I mean, 2020 was shocking enough. In 2021, people are just getting angrier, more violent. Cities are basically going haywire across America with violence and anger. The world is basically in a stage of chaos with flooding and death and destruction. So this is important that we address that what's going on in the US from now till 2029, the age of chaos. And it's important to realize that there are agents of chaos out there who are feeding off of this frenzy and this fear and this violence. So, moving right along. So, who will start high school soon in USA's current age of chaos, which will last into their college years as well, 2020, 2029. And here I say I will put it in video format also, my written articulation, which I'm doing here. Always keep your cool. Don't trust anybody. Strive for AP courses, advanced placement courses, so you can get accepted for higher institutions down the road or get recruited by higher institutions because you're setting yourself apart from others. Nobody's your friend. Focus on your business, get it done, and leave. The people you attend school with, 9 out of 10, you will most likely never see them again, as the path of life differs for all. Even though you are born in USA with indigenous ancestry, there will be those who won't see you as real Americans, and their demeanor and body language will indicate as such, which is the unfortunate reality, no matter how much you try to sugarcoat it or how much diversity statements a lot of these places make. It's all a show at the end of the day. Again, don't trust anybody, whether it's potential friends, mates, lovers, etc., as anyone or anything can be used against you. Even after high school, during adult life, friends, teachers, and those who you admired can still be used against you. As I reiterate, anyone or anything can be a potential handler, agent, in this web of spiritual and psychological warfare, which runs very deep. They will find out everything about your past, present, and future and use that against you. Trust me. Remember, those who are smiling with you are not always with you. Only defend yourself physically when in extreme circumstances. Other than that, ignore with stoicism, as 99% of spiritual warfare is psychological. The traits of the martial artist, or the true master, who will only defend himself or herself when truly, truly needed be. Because 9 out of 10, these guys just run their mouth and can't do anything besides that. That comes to a lot of the spiritual warfare aspects, is they want to get a reaction out of you. If you don't give them what they want, then the parasite starves to death and they go away. That's the only way you defend yourself in this game of deception that's taking place around you. Stay focused on the task at hand, and over time you shall emerge victorious through high school and going into college adult life as these things continue long after high school. So just because you got through high school doesn't mean that the warfare stops right there. The psychological games in the workplace, at your institution, wherever it is that you end up, it continues. You just got to keep your cool, no reaction, do what you got to do, be set apart from others. You will always be good. No one can touch you. In this country, you keep your cool, you follow the system, and you making sure that you know what's what, who's who, what, where, why, etc. Then nobody here can touch you. That's the main thing. And know when you're dealing with a potential handler or agent or friend, and know it's when it's too good to be true. It usually is. Finally, keep smiling. The high school phase is sensitive as one is transitioning from teenage to adulthood, and they must be guided with proper care. And I'm sure after this talk, my nephews will be fine for their high school life, their college adult life, wherever their life takes them, with their own destiny. Life is indeed beautiful. It's short, but it's beautiful. And this is applied not just to those that are in that transitional phase from high school, college, adult life, work life, etc., but life in general. So this is the most important thing. I hope it helped you. And I'm glad I was able to do it some justice by writing it down and also putting it in video format as promised. So I thank you all, and if there's anybody that can benefit from this, just send it to them. And teach your kids to only hold stock in their own self. And know that we live in a world, unfortunately, where there's a lack of trust, and rightly so, because of the type of situations taking place. And to teach them to be honorable, do the right thing, work hard, and to identify, who, what, where, and why, and know what's being used against you and what's actually the truth. So once you know those things, anybody that's watching this, you will be just fine. And thank you, and much love to all of you.